A group called the Redfin Research Center looked at data from Forbes' 400 wealthiest list, and they cross-referenced it against the median cost of homes in cities and towns around the country to determine which billionaires can buy which cities. Yes, the entire city. Okay? Not just like... let's actually pause here, because think about that, man. It's it's already insane if you have a conversation about like a rich person coming into a town or a city or whatever and buying up a block. Like, okay, I'll buy that block, all 13 houses on that block. I'll take it and I'll pay you cash. That's insane enough. We are talking about billionaires being rich enough to buy entire cities. And not just like, some random city or town in the middle of Alabama in a rural area where there's more cows than people. We're talking about some of the biggest cities in the United States of America. So let me give you some specifics. The Walton family, with a combined net worth of $154.8 billion, could purchase almost every single one of the 241,450 homes in Seattle and still have $40 billion left in the bank. So basically, the Walton family can buy Seattle. The Koch brothers, their $86 billion can buy all of Atlanta. That would be a grand total of 286,629 houses. Bill Gates could purchase all of Boston, 114,212 houses. That would cost $76.6 billion. So this is the absurd level of wealth that we're dealing with in the United States of America. The top 1% owns 42% of the nation's wealth. Isn't that amazing? Like, to put that in perspective, I like the pizza analogy or the apple pie analogy. It's basically like if you're sitting, in a gym or something with 100 people. This is your own little community, okay? And you order this giant pizza. That's the equivalent of opening up the box and one person takes almost half the pie. That's how unequal it's gotten in the United States of America. Now, I've talked about this before on air from the perspective of I'm not even against inequality. Like, there's some level of inequality that makes sense. That's an ideal level of inequality. Now, of course, that's subjective, and that's a matter of opinion as to where we draw the line and how much inequality we have. But I've said it before, I'm fine with even if you go up to, say, the 42-to-1 number. Remember that number, how CEOs compared to the average worker, they make 42-to-1. That's what it was in the 1980s. Even that's like my limit. Like, okay, 42-to-1. Somebody can make 42 times somebody else. And, probably more ideally is like 20-to-1. That's a good ratio. But we're at the point in the U.S. where a CEO to average worker, it's 354-to-1. And nobody actually works 354 times harder than anybody else. That's the thing that's so annoying to me. If you're working at a company and you're doing a full-time job, it's not like the person who's the janitor is working 354 times less than the CEO. In fact, oftentimes it's like a wash. Like, they work equally as hard. They're doing different things, granted, but they could work just about equal. So, I want to go ahead and give you one more example here of the silliness of the system and the income inequality. We've gone through this before, but Addicting Info had a breakdown of exactly how much the Koch brothers make. This is from a few years back. I think it was from 2012, I think? Yeah. So they say this. This is from Addicting Info. Quote, "In 1 year, Charles and David Koch made $9 billion, putting their wealth at $34 billion apiece at the time. So there were 8,784 hours in 2012. Charles and David each earned a little more than $1 million every hour, even while sleeping. $1 million an hour, even while sleeping. To be exact, it was $1,024,590 that they made every hour. But who's counting that extra $24,000 an hour? It's not like that's more than anybody in the country makes. If they took a 10-minute shower, they made $171,000. If they floss their teeth for 60 seconds, it's $17,706. If they watch a 3.5-hour football game, they make $3,586,065. If they take a piss, a minute and 45 seconds later when they walk out of the bathroom, they will have made $29,884. And in one day, one of them makes more than 498 electricians or 614 carpenters made in all of 2012. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is the extreme level of income inequality that we're dealing with in the United States of America. And our politicians are doing nothing to change that.